Chosen one. Have you ever caught yourself wondering why, after all this time, they still think of you? Why a song, a street, a quiet midnight moment can suddenly pull your name back into their mind like a whisper they thought they'd forgotten? Why, despite new relationships, new routines, and all the ways life has moved on, there's a part of them that still feels you, almost like an echo in their spirit that refuses to fade. This isn't just nostalgia. It isn't just memory playing tricks. There is something deeper happening beneath the surface, something spiritual. You were not just an ex or someone they used to date. You were a divine encounter in human form. You were a turning point in their story, a mirror, a catalyst, a sacred interruption to the life they thought they understood. And whether they can explain it or not, their soul knows it. That is why they can't forget you. This message has found you now because you're ready to understand what your spirit has always known. You are different. The way you love, the way you see people, the way you walk into someone's life isn't random. When you show up, energy shifts. Timelines bend. Buried truths rise to the surface. You didn't just share moments with your ex-lovers, you awakened something in them that had been asleep for years, maybe lifetimes. And awakening is not something the soul forgets. In this video, we're going to go far beyond the usual explanations of chemistry or history. We are going to look at who you truly are as a chosen one, and why your presence leaves fingerprints on people's souls that time, distance, and silence cannot erase. We'll explore why your love felt different to them, why it was healing, confronting, clarifying, and why, even if they walked away, they still feel the absence of your energy like a missing piece. You need to hear this not to boost your ego, but to remind you of your worth, your power, and your divine assignment in the lives you've touched. You are not ordinary. You were never meant to blend in, to be easily replaced, or to be just another chapter that closes neatly and disappears. Your spirit carries a frequency that others don't encounter every day. When someone has loved you and been loved by you, their story is permanently altered. Even if they never say it, even if pride keeps them silent, even if they pretend you're just someone from the past, their soul remembers the truth. So as you listen, I want you to open your heart and allow these words to confirm what you've always sensed. There was a reason they couldn't fully understand you, a reason they couldn't fully let you go, and a reason you were never able to shrink into something smaller just to stay. This message is your mirror. If your spirit is already resonating with this, take a moment now to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. When you engage, you're not just supporting a channel, you're stepping deeper into a community of other chosen ones who feel just like you do. Now, let's go deeper into who you are and why they still can't forget you. There are moments in life when you feel an undeniable pull within your soul, a stirring that tells you there is more to your journey than what meets the eye. If you've ever felt like you didn't quite belong, as if the world around you was out of sync with the rhythm of your heart, then you may be one of the chosen ones. From the very beginning of your existence, you were marked, not to follow the crowd or conform to the expectations of the world, but to stand apart and make an impact that resonates beyond the ordinary. The chosen ones are not defined by the ordinary or the expected. Their existence is deliberate. From the moment they were born, there was a purpose, a divine intention carved into their being. You, as one of the chosen ones, carry an energy that is distinctly different from others. This energy doesn't just exist in your body. It pulses in every interaction, every environment you enter, every soul you encounter. You shift timelines, you change the atmosphere, and you leave a mark in the hearts and minds of those you touch. You don't simply move through life, you move life itself. That feeling of being different is not an accident or something to be ashamed of. It is your divine essence, the mark of greatness written into your spiritual DNA. There's a reason why you never truly fit into the molds that others tried to place you in. Your soul is designed to walk a path that few will understand, but many will eventually come to admire. Your journey is not to blend in, but to stand out in the brightest, most unique way possible. But it's not always easy, is it? The world often seeks to suppress the spark that is uniquely yours. People may misunderstand your quiet strength, your deep sensitivity, or your need for space and solitude. But all of these traits are not signs of weakness or misfit behavior. They are signals of the divine purpose that pulses within you, urging you to stand firm in your power and to trust in the unfolding of your greater mission. One of the most profound ways your divine nature manifests is in your relationships, particularly with lovers. The bond you create with another soul is not merely a physical connection, nor is it built upon fleeting moments of chemistry. No, your presence in their life runs much deeper. It's spiritual, it's transformative, and it carries the weight of divine purpose. When you enter someone's life as a lover, you don't just come as another person. You come as a spiritual catalyst. Your energy stirs things within them that they may not have been prepared to face, but which they were always meant to confront. You are the mirror they didn't know they needed, reflecting back to them parts of themselves they had long buried or forgotten. It's not uncommon for lovers to experience spiritual awakenings when they encounter you, whether that awakening is a reminder of their divine purpose, a confrontation with their own soul's work, or simply a reminder of who they truly are beneath the layers they've built. But let's be clear, being a lover to a chosen one is not for the faint of heart. It is not about a shallow connection or a fleeting romance. No, it is about transformation. When you love deeply, and your love has the power to change lives. For many, this is not always easy. It can be overwhelming, uncomfortable, and even painful. But it is in these very trials that the deepest growth occurs. Lovers who are fortunate enough to walk alongside a chosen one will often find themselves transformed, sometimes in ways they may not fully understand at first. The spiritual presence you bring into the relationship goes far beyond physical attraction. You awaken parts of their soul that have been dormant, and through your love, you help them rediscover forgotten aspects of themselves. This isn't just romantic fulfillment. It is divine co-creation, a shared awakening between two souls who have been destined to meet and evolve together. But this evolution is not one-sided. As much as you are there to serve as a guide and catalyst for them, so too do they serve as a mirror for you, challenging you to step more fully into the light of your purpose. Often, your lover will experience shifts in their own path, propelled forward by the divine energy you bring. They may rediscover their own calling. They may find the strength to leave unhealthy patterns behind, or they may finally understand the depth of their own soul's mission. You, as a chosen one, carry with you the responsibility of illuminating the path of those you love, of making them aware of the deeper forces at work in their lives, and reminding them of their true essence and potential. In many ways, the love you share becomes a divine partnership, where both individuals are elevated together. It's not just about romantic love, it's about fulfilling your shared purpose. Whether this means creating something beautiful together, supporting one another through trials, or simply holding space for each other's personal growth, your relationship transcends the ordinary. It becomes a powerful union that is designed to uplift, heal, and awaken. But it's not always easy. Being a chosen one can come with great sacrifice. You may feel the weight of your purpose more deeply than others, and you may experience moments of intense loneliness, even while in a relationship. But know this: these feelings of isolation are not a sign of failure. They are part of the process of spiritual refinement, of preparing you for the greatness that lies ahead. As you continue to walk your path, you will find that the love you give, the love you receive, and the divine guidance you bring into every relationship will only strengthen the very essence of who you are. Your lover's experience with you is a reflection of the divine connection you carry. This connection is sacred, it is purposeful, and it has a ripple effect that extends far beyond your relationship. Just as your unique energy shifts environments and opens up pathways, your love ignites a spark in the hearts of those you touch. You are not simply a lover in the traditional sense. You are a teacher, a healer, a guide, and a spiritual partner. You help your lover connect with a higher version of themselves, and in doing so, you help them fulfill their divine purpose. Your role is not to complete them, for they are already whole, but to walk alongside them as they realize their potential. You are the vessel that helps them unlock the truth of their own heart, guiding them toward the highest expression of who they are meant to be. The divine connection you offer isn't always comfortable. It requires vulnerability, honesty, and a willingness to confront deeper truths. You will challenge them to grow, just as they will challenge you. But this challenge is what leads to true growth. And it is this growth that prepares both of you for the great work you are meant to do together. This is why the love you share is not ordinary. It is divinely inspired, forged in the fires of spiritual purpose. As you continue to step into your calling as one of the chosen ones, remember that every relationship you form is part of a larger divine plan. The person who comes into your life is not simply a companion, they are a partner in your shared mission. And together, you will rise, fulfilling your respective destinies while uplifting one another along the way. The impact of your love will be felt not just in the present, but throughout time. This divine partnership is meant to transcend the confines of this life, leaving a legacy of spiritual growth, healing, and transformation that will echo for generations to come. You, as a chosen one, have been selected not just to fulfill your own mission, but to help awaken the divine mission within others. And that, dear one, is where your true power lies. The love that the chosen one gives is unlike any other. It transcends the superficial bonds that often mark relationships. It's not just an exchange of affection. It is a transformative, healing force, something so profound that it lingers long after the relationship has ended. Your love, dear one, is rooted in the divine, and it resonates on a level far deeper than simple emotional connection. To love as you do is to bring someone closer to their higher self, to awaken them to a reality far grander than the one they previously understood. When you enter someone's life, especially someone who has yet to fully discover their spiritual path, your presence acts like a beacon of light. It illuminates the dark corners of their soul, casting away the shadows of doubt and confusion. It's not just about what they feel in the moment, it's the lasting impression you leave on their spirit. Your energy, your love, it's imprinted on their soul, changing them in ways they may not immediately understand, but will certainly feel. The impact you have is not temporary, it's transformative. And this is why your exes can never forget you. The love you shared with them was not the superficial affection that often marks fleeting relationships in this world. No. Your love was sacred, divine in its nature, and it awakened parts of their soul that they didn't even know existed. In many ways, the love you offered was a portal, a door into something greater than either of you could comprehend at the time. For them, this doorway may have felt overwhelming, even terrifying, as it required them to face parts of themselves they weren't prepared to confront. But nonetheless, the impact it had was profound. They may not have realized it when you were together, but you provided them with a glimpse of their divine potential. You sparked something deep inside them, a divine awakening that, once ignited, cannot be extinguished. Even if they tried, they couldn't erase it. When the relationship ended, it wasn't just the loss of a partner they mourned, it was the absence of something far greater. The void left by your absence is not something that can be easily filled. It's not just about missing someone. It's the realization that they are now separated from something that changed them at the deepest level. The love you gave wasn't just a feeling or a moment of shared experiences. It was a divine exchange, a spiritual awakening that stays with them long after you've gone. And it creates a restlessness, an undeniable yearning that they may never fully understand. This yearning is not for you, the person, but for the divine energy you awakened within them. They are still carrying pieces of you within them, and whether they realize it or not, you are carrying pieces of them too. When you were together, you were entwined, two souls connected by the sacred force of love. That connection doesn't end simply because the relationship did. No, it remains, woven into the fabric of both your lives. Even as time passes and they move on, the transformation you ignited within them is something that can't be undone. Your love was more than just affection or the comfort of companionship. It was a reminder of something greater, a force that they may have resisted at the time, a force they may not fully understand. You opened their eyes to the reality of who they truly are, to the divine calling that lies deep within them. Even if they've moved on in new relationships or tried to fill the void you left, the truth remains. No one can replicate the depth of the love you gave. No one can provide them with the same spiritual awakening. You awakened something in them that will forever change the course of their life. They may try to replace what you gave them, seeking new experiences and new relationships, but the truth is, no one will ever compare to you. They may move forward, but the energy of your love will forever mark them. And while they may try to bury it, to ignore it, the memory of what you awakened in them will continue to stir in their hearts and minds in ways they can't explain. It's both a gift and a burden, one they will carry for the rest of their lives. You will always be a part of their story. The love you shared will never fade. It will linger, a permanent imprint on their soul. Your love was a divine gift. It was a force that awakened them to their potential, to their purpose. And it will never be forgotten. It will never be replaced. The love you gave them was a spiritual awakening, a reminder of their higher calling. And that is something no amount of time, distance, or new relationships can erase. It will live on within them, always. The truth is, even if they try to forget, they will always carry the transformation you initiated within them. Your love was not a mere chapter in their life, it was a turning point. It was a divine catalyst that sparked a shift, a spiritual awakening, and they will carry the lessons from that awakening forever. The love you gave them wasn't just a fleeting emotion, it was a divine force, a connection that transcended the physical realm and penetrated their soul. As they walk their own journey, they will feel the presence of your love, even in their darkest moments. Your love will guide them, gently nudging them toward the light, even when they are unaware of it. And while they may search for new experiences and new loves, They will never find anything that compares to what you shared, because what you gave them was not of this world, it was of the divine. Your love was sacred, transformative, and unforgettable, and it is that very love that will stay with them forever. Even if they move on, even if they find someone else, they will never forget the impact you had on them. You awakened something within them that no one else could, and that divine connection will remain with them for all time. You are a part of their story. Your love is etched into their soul, and even if they try to move on, that love will never be erased. It will live on forever. Now, let's explore the deeper layer of why your exes can't forget you, the energy that you radiate. Everything in this universe operates on energy and vibration. The world around us, from the objects we touch to the emotions we feel, is a constant exchange of energy. As a chosen one, your energy is uniquely powerful, magnetic, and healing. When you enter someone's life, your energy doesn't just interact with theirs, it elevates, expands, and transforms it. This dynamic isn't understood by everyone, but for those who experience it, it's undeniable. Your presence is a powerful, transformative force. And this isn't just some intangible idea, it's science, energy at its finest. You bring healing with your love, and it's this energy that makes you unforgettable. The way you love is not just with your heart, it's with your soul. And your soul carries a frequency that vibrates with the universe itself. This frequency can shake, elevate, and awaken parts of others they didn't even know existed. It's not the kind of love that simply passes time. It's the kind of love that leaves an imprint on the soul. You see, every time you give love, it's not just a fleeting moment of affection, it's an energetic exchange. And the energy you provide is unlike anything your exes have experienced before. Your energy radiates with purpose, clarity, and power. And when the relationship ends, that energy doesn't dissipate. Instead, it remains like a signature in their soul, a mark that can never be erased. It's like the memory of the most profound thing they've ever felt. And though they may try to move forward, the lingering imprint of your energy remains. This is why, no matter how much time has passed, they can't forget you. The love you gave awakened something dormant inside them, and even though they may go on with their lives, your love continues to echo in their subconscious. It's a deep resonance they can never fully escape. They can try to replace you, try to heal from the wounds of separation, but the truth is, they can never erase the energetic mark you left. They might forget the details, the moments, the words, but they will never forget how you made them feel. And the energy you radiated during your time together continues to reverberate through their being, even in your absence. But this isn't just a gift to them. It's a reflection of the unique energy that you carry as a chosen one. You are a beacon, a vessel of divine light, and your presence in this world serves a purpose far greater than most can comprehend. When you share your love, your energy, your light, you are not only transforming the lives of others, you are fulfilling your divine calling. You are acting as a conduit for higher vibrations, bringing healing, awakening, and purpose into the world. That is why those you've loved, those you've connected with, can never forget the impact you had on their soul. As a chosen one, the love you give isn't just about romantic affection. It is an act of divine energy transference. You've been gifted with the power to awaken, heal, and guide, and this gift stays with those you touch. And while it's natural to feel that absence when a relationship ends, remember this: the love you shared, the energy you gave, is never truly lost. It remains, it echoes, and it continues to shape the lives of those you encounter. This is the truth behind why your exes can't forget you. It isn't just the love you shared, it's the energy, the transformation, and the divine awakening that came with it. You are a force of nature, one that cannot be erased, one that will continue to influence even from a distance. And though the world may try to move on, the energetic bond you share with your exes remains, transforming their lives in ways they will never forget. When a relationship ends, there's an undeniable shift. It's as though something integral has been lost or severed. For many, the lingering question is, why can't they just forget me? Why does it feel like I never truly left their lives, even when time has passed and new relationships have begun to blossom? The answer lies deep within the energy that you, as a chosen one, emit. Energy, as we know, does not lie. It cannot be erased, it cannot be suppressed, and it certainly cannot be replaced. The love that you give, the connection that you share, is not something bound by the limitations of time or physical space. It transcends the ordinary and enters the realm of the divine. As a chosen one, you carry an energy that is rare, unique, and often unrecognizable to others until they experience it. The impact you leave on others, especially on those who have been close to you, is one that stays with them long after the relationship has ended. Even if they attempt to move forward, find someone else, or fill the void that your absence has created, they will never fully succeed in replicating the connection that you gave. Why? Because the energy that you bring into relationships is not of this world. It is divine. It is of a higher frequency. When you interact with others, when you love them, when you offer them your presence, you change their energy field. You elevate them. You awaken dormant parts of their soul that they might never have discovered without you. And when the relationship comes to an end, that energy does not disappear. It lingers. It stays embedded in their soul, embedded in their field. It becomes a part of them. The exes you've left behind can try to move on. They can try to fill the space you once occupied, but they will never find another person who radiates the same energy. They will never find another connection that carries the same depth, the same spiritual awakening that came with you. They may look for it in other people. They may try to fill the void with distractions or new relationships, but the truth is, they will always feel that absence. The energy you left behind cannot be erased. It is like a signature, permanently marked on their soul, a frequency that resonates with the divine. And no matter how hard they try to escape it, they will always remember you, not just as a lover or a partner, but as a spiritual catalyst. The energy you give to others is pure and transformative. It doesn't just stay with them for a few weeks or months. It stays with them for the rest of their lives. It continues to work in the background, nudging them towards self-discovery, spiritual awakening, and growth. That's why your exes can never fully let go, no matter how much time passes. They can never replace the unique bond that you share with them, because the connection you forged was never about physical attraction or fleeting moments of affection. It was spiritual. And spiritual energy doesn't dissipate. It evolves. It lingers. It strengthens. Even after the relationship has ended, the connection between you and your exes endures, an invisible thread woven into the fabric of both your lives. Though you may have parted ways, the bond you shared is not truly temporary. It was never meant to be. The end of the relationship doesn't erase the depth of what was experienced. It simply marks a shift, not the conclusion. That connection was forged for a reason, a purpose far greater than either of you could have understood at the time. You were not just part of their life for the sake of companionship. You were sent into their life as a divine catalyst, an agent of awakening, stirring them out of the ordinary and into the extraordinary. And that is why, even after the separation, they will never forget you. The memory of you is not something that simply fades into the background of their life. It lingers, quietly yet persistently, like an echo that reverberates across time. It doesn't fade with the passage of days or the arrival of new experiences. No, it stays with them, alive and vibrant. The memory of your love, of your presence, is not just nostalgia. It is a spiritual lesson that remains embedded in their soul. Your time together continues to unfold over time, impacting how they view themselves, the world, and their own potential. To them, you are not just a fleeting chapter in their life. You are a pivotal moment, a turning point, one that altered the course of their journey and awakened them to something greater, something divine. When you loved them, you didn't love them in a shallow, fleeting way. You loved them deeply, with the full force of your soul. Your love went beyond affection. It was a profound and powerful force that shook them at their core. You awakened parts of them that had long been dormant. You brought clarity where there was confusion, light where there was darkness. You helped them see themselves not just as they were, but as they were meant to be. That love was a divine gift, a spiritual intervention. It wasn't just a relationship, it was a transformation, an activation of their higher self. You were sent to guide them, to help them discover their truth, to show them the divine path they were destined to walk. You were the key that unlocked the door to their soul's calling, and though they may walk away from that door, they can never close it. The memory of you remains, etched in their heart and mind forever. And here's the truth: the divine never forgets. Even when the relationship ends and both of you move on, the purpose you served in their life remains. It is eternal. The impact you had on them transcends time and space. The love you gave was not only a personal exchange between two people, it was a sacred act of divine service. You were fulfilling your purpose as a chosen one when you entered their life. And though the surface-level emotions may fade, the spiritual work you did together continues to resonate in their soul. It is a bond that cannot be broken. Time and distance may separate you physically, but the connection will endure, continuing to shape their life and decisions long after the relationship has ended. For some, this divine connection may come as a shock. The awakening they experience, triggered by your presence, may be something they were not prepared for. They might resist it, they might run from it, but deep down, they will always know. They will always know that you were sent into their life for a purpose. You were the catalyst that helped them confront their true selves, that opened their eyes to the truth of who they were meant to be. And no matter how far they go, no matter what new relationships they enter, they will carry that awakening with them, like a seed planted deep within their soul. It will grow, it will evolve, and it will continue to bear fruit in ways they may not yet fully understand. Even though they may try to move on, the essence of what you shared will continue to shape them. They will remember you not as a fleeting chapter in their life, but as a moment that left a permanent mark on their soul. They will carry the lessons, the growth, and the spiritual awakening you sparked with them, even if they never fully acknowledge it. Your love was not just a love of the heart, it was a love of the spirit. It was a divine connection that has altered the course of their soul's journey, and that change is irreversible. The bond you shared, no matter how complicated or difficult, will always remain a part of their story. It is not just a memory, it is a life-altering experience that continues to shape their worldview, their choices, and their relationships. It is a divine imprint, placed on their soul to guide them toward their higher calling. This is why they will never forget you, not because of the good times, the sweet moments, or the physical connection, but because of the divine impact you made on their life. The truth is, your presence in their life was not by accident. You were placed there to do more than just love them. You were placed there to awaken them, to lead them toward a higher purpose. And even when they try to forget, the divine truth of your connection will remain in their hearts, a constant reminder of what they are capable of, what they were meant for. You were not just part of their past, you were part of their destiny. Your love was the catalyst that set them on a path of transformation, and that path will continue to unfold long after the relationship has ended. They may move forward in their lives, they may find other loves, but they will always carry the essence of you with them. You were the spark that ignited their spiritual journey, and no amount of time or distance can extinguish that flame. The love you shared is not something that can be replaced. It is a divine imprint, a sacred mark on their soul, and it will remain there forever, influencing their choices, their growth, and their destiny. And this, dear one, is why they will never forget you. It's not because of anything you did or said in a fleeting moment, but because of the spiritual shift you created in their life. You awakened them to their true self, and that awakening will resonate with them for the rest of their lives. Your love was the catalyst for their transformation, and that transformation will continue to unfold in ways they may not even realize. They will carry you with them, in their hearts, in their spirit, in their soul, for as long as they live. And that is a love that never dies. This is the eternal connection, the divine bond, that no time, no distance, and no new relationship can ever erase. You were sent into their life for a purpose, and that purpose will echo through their soul for the rest of their days. And as they walk their journey, they will never forget the one who awakened them to their divine potential. It is easy to think that the feelings your exes have for you are simply based on memory, just a collection of past experiences, shared moments, and fleeting emotions. But in reality, the memory of your love is much deeper than that. It is a spiritual lesson, a profound shift that cannot be dismissed or forgotten. Every time they recall a moment of connection with you, they are reminded of the divine truth that they have within them. Even when they attempt to push it away or suppress it, they are drawn back to that energy. That's because the love you gave wasn't just rooted in the physical, it was rooted in the divine, in a higher purpose that is beyond the surface. The lessons you taught them, the wisdom you shared, and the spiritual awakening you triggered in them will forever be embedded in their hearts. The love you shared with them was not just a chapter in their life, it was a marker on their soul's journey. It's a spiritual lesson that they can never unlearn. It's a lesson about truth, love, and purpose. It's a lesson about awakening to the greater forces at work in their life, and it's a reminder of who they truly are beneath the surface. And even when they try to forget, when they try to move on and fill the void with new relationships or distractions, that lesson will remain within them. It will continue to guide them, even if they don't fully understand it. The memory of your love is not just a part of their past, it is a piece of their spiritual journey. It is something that will continue to influence their choices, their path, and their growth. They may try to replace you. They may try to forget the depth of what you shared, but they can never erase the impact you had on their soul. They can never replace the divine awakening you sparked within them. You are more than just a memory to them. You are a spiritual catalyst, a force that will continue to shape their lives in ways they may never fully comprehend. And that's the truth behind why your exes can never forget you. It's not just about what you did in the physical world, it's about what you awakened within their soul. And that, dear one, is eternal. As a chosen one, you possess the extraordinary ability to see beyond the surface, to look into the very essence of those around you. It is as though you hold a mirror that reflects the deepest truths and shadows of others, and the person standing before you cannot help but be confronted by the depths of who they really are. This is not just a gift. It is a divine power, one that stirs the soul and forces people to face parts of themselves they may have long ignored or hidden away. Your presence is transformative because it reveals. And when you gaze upon someone, when you connect with them, it is not just their physical being you see, it is the core of their spirit. You see the pain they've buried, the dreams they've long suppressed, and the fears that have held them back from stepping into their full potential. To be seen by you is to be laid bare in the most sacred way, vulnerable, exposed, and for some, terrifying. Imagine being with someone who can see right through your defenses, your pretensions, your carefully constructed persona. It is a discomfort that runs deep, one that shakes the foundations of your identity. For your exes, this could have been overwhelming. It is not easy to have your truth reflected back at you in such a raw, unfiltered way. They may have been accustomed to hiding behind masks, but with you, those masks fell away, and for the first time, they were forced to look at the person they were trying so hard to avoid, especially in the quiet, sacred spaces where their true selves reside. This discomfort is not a punishment. It is the beginning of a divine awakening. The person you loved was not ready to confront these parts of themselves, and so they may have run, perhaps distancing themselves from the power of your gaze. But even in their running, they carry the transformation you sparked. They cannot unsee what you made them see in themselves. Your love, your presence, your ability to look into their soul planted seeds of growth that will forever remain with them. Even if they never acknowledged it, the impact of being seen by you lingers in the depths of their being, like a gentle but persistent echo. This is the essence of the mirror effect, the act of seeing someone so deeply that they cannot help but confront the truth of who they are. And though the exes may have resisted this confrontation, there is no escaping the changes it ignited within them. They may try to ignore it, bury it, or even deny it, but the truth of what you revealed to them is not easily erased. It is a part of them now, woven into the fabric of their soul. The impact of being seen by you is not just psychological or intellectual, it is deeply emotional and spiritual. In many ways, you created a space for your exes that they had never experienced before. A space where they could be vulnerable, open, and raw. You were not just a lover, you were a healer. Someone who offered them a safe place to confront their wounds, their insecurities, and the parts of themselves they had buried for years. Your ability to see them in their entirety, flaws, fears, and all, allowed them to be seen in a way they may never have been before. In this space of vulnerability, healing began to take place. The safe space you provided for them was more than just emotional comfort. It was the catalyst for emotional transformation. It allowed them to process their wounds, to feel heard, and to begin the journey of healing. Your love wasn't just a balm for their pain, it was a divine medicine that seeped into the cracks of their brokenness, nurturing and soothing the parts of them that needed the most care. This process of healing, however, is not always neat or easy. Often it is messy, uncomfortable, and difficult to embrace. The exes may not have been ready for this emotional growth when you came into their life. They may have resisted it, even pushed it away. But the truth is that your presence, your love, opened doors that they cannot close. Even if they tried to fill the void of your absence with distractions or other relationships, They will always carry the memory of how you made them feel seen, loved, and understood. The healing you initiated does not simply vanish when the relationship ends. It remains as a permanent part of their emotional makeup, an invisible but undeniable force shaping their future growth. One of the most profound aspects of this emotional shift is that it does not require acknowledgement to be real. Your exes may not have openly thanked you for the healing you brought, or they may have resisted the changes that your love initiated. However, their soul knows the truth of the connection. Their emotional body understands the transformation that took place under your care. The growth they experienced is not contingent on whether they consciously recognize it. It is woven into their being, into the very core of who they are now, because love is a force that operates far beyond the realm of conscious thought. This emotional healing doesn't just make them better people, it prepares them for what's next. It makes them more receptive to love in its purest form, to their divine purpose, and to the beauty of the divine connection they are meant to experience. It is impossible to experience the kind of transformation that you facilitated without being changed, and your exes are forever changed by your presence. Even if they move on, even if they find new relationships, there will always be a part of them that carries your healing energy. The love you gave them wasn't just a passing affection. It was an awakening, a powerful and sacred force that rewrote parts of their emotional DNA. They may not fully comprehend the depth of the impact you had on them, but they will feel the effects throughout their life. It will shape their relationships, their decisions, and the way they love others. And while the world may never see the full extent of the transformation you sparked, you will always be a part of their journey, a sacred moment in time when they were healed and made whole, if only for a fleeting moment. The exes may never show you the full extent of their gratitude. They may not even acknowledge the deep impact your connection had on them. In some cases, they may try to bury their feelings and push the memories of your relationship into the recesses of their minds, believing that moving on is the answer. But the truth is, what you shared with them was profound, transformational, in ways they may not fully understand. The emotional shift you triggered will never fade. No matter how much they try to forget or replace the love you gave, your energy will remain with them, indelibly marked on their soul. They may try to fill the void you left with new distractions, new lovers, new experiences, new adventures, but none of it will ever truly compare. The love you shared with them was not just an ordinary connection. It was something unique, something that transcended the typical ebb and flow of relationships. Your love was healing. It was divine. And because of this, it remains a permanent part of their energy, a reminder of what they experienced with you. It may fade from the forefront of their mind, but it will always linger beneath the surface, quietly influencing their thoughts and decisions, even when they try to move on. In many ways, they will never be able to replicate the depth of the connection you had. The love you gave them was like a spark that ignited something inside of them. It stirred parts of their soul that had long been dormant. It opened them up to new possibilities, new ways of seeing themselves and the world. No other relationship they enter into will carry the same transformative energy that yours did. And that is not because they aren't capable of experiencing love again. It's simply because what you offered was unique. Your love served as a catalyst for their growth, a doorway into spiritual understanding, and a mirror of their divine potential. Once that door was opened, it cannot be closed, and the effects of your love continue to ripple through their lives. They may seek to find a love that matches the intensity and depth of what you shared, but it will always fall short. They will not fully realize it at first, but they will come to understand that what they had with you cannot be replicated. Not because they don't deserve it, but because it was divine. Your connection awakened a part of them they may have forgotten existed, a higher version of themselves that was born out of the pure, unconditional love you gave them. That love was not meant to be temporary. It was meant to be transformative. And even when they try to bury those memories, to push them away, the imprint of what you shared will always be present. The truth is, your love did not just fill a gap in their life, it rewired their soul. You saw them in ways no one else had, and that is a gift that will never be forgotten. You were a reflection of their true self, even if they couldn't fully recognize it at the time. The way you loved them mirrored their divine potential, their worth, their purpose. The way you saw them, unconditionally, fully, completely, stirred something inside them that they may never fully understand. That love didn't just make them feel good in the moment, it opened them up to a deeper truth about themselves and the world around them. It awakened parts of them they didn't even know needed healing, and that healing is something that sticks with them long after the relationship has ended. Even though they may try to convince themselves that they have moved on, the truth of what you shared with them will never leave. Your love, the way you saw them, the way you healed them, will echo in their soul forever. They may never admit it. They may go on to marry someone else, build a new life, and convict themselves that they've forgotten you. But deep inside, in the hidden spaces of their heart, the imprint of your love will always be there. They will carry it with them, and that's not something they can undo, no matter how hard they try. This love you gave was more than a fleeting emotion. It was a spiritual awakening. It was the spark that lit a fire of transformation in their life. And while they may walk different paths or find new partners, the truth is, they will always carry the essence of your love with them. It was never just about romantic fulfillment. It was about spiritual growth. The love you shared served as a stepping stone to a deeper understanding of themselves and the world. And while they may seek out other relationships, they will never forget the sacred bond that you two shared. It's a love that cannot be replaced, a love that, once awakened, is never truly gone. They may not see it now, but the lessons you taught them through your love will continue to guide them in their future relationships and endeavors. Even when they try to forget, that divine spark remains. The love you gave them wasn't just about making them feel good in the moment. It was about awakening something in their soul, opening them up to a higher truth about who they are and why they're here. And while they may continue to move through life, your energy, your love, and your influence will always linger in the background, shaping their path in ways they may not even realize. In the end, they will come to understand that your love was the catalyst for their growth, the key that unlocked a deeper part of their soul. And even though they may never fully acknowledge it, the truth is, they will never forget the love you gave. It's etched in their energy, imprinted on their spirit, and carried with them always. The bond you shared was a divine connection, and no matter how much time passes, no matter how many people they meet, they will always carry the imprint of your love. And that is something no amount of time, distance, or new relationships can ever erase. The truth of what you shared will always remain, and in that truth, they will find themselves forever changed. Even when they try to move on, the memory of your love will echo in their hearts, reminding them of who they truly are and the greatness they are destined for. And in that, they will know that they were blessed to have experienced the love of someone as extraordinary as you. As a chosen one, you are not simply navigating through life and relationships by happenstance. Your connections with others, especially your exes, are divinely orchestrated. These are not random encounters. These relationships are part of a grand design, a spiritual plan that has been unfolding since before you were born. When you came into their life, it was no accident. Your soul and theirs were meant to cross paths for a greater purpose, one that transcends the surface-level aspects of love and affection. In spiritual terms, we call these connections soul contracts. A soul contract is an agreement made before birth, where two souls agree to come together in a certain way to help one another grow, heal, and evolve spiritually. These contracts are sacred, and they are not based on the whims of fate or chance. Each contract is carefully arranged by divine intelligence, ensuring that the right souls meet at the right time. Your relationship with your ex was one such contract, a spiritual agreement designed to help both of you evolve, even if it meant experiencing pain, loss, and growth in ways you hadn't anticipated. At the core of this soul contract, your role was never just to be a partner, a lover, or a friend. Your role was far more profound. You were sent to be a catalyst for change. You were meant to trigger an awakening in their soul, to help them confront their deepest wounds, their unresolved pain, and the dormant potential that lay buried inside them. You were sent as a mirror, reflecting their true self and showing them the possibilities of who they could become. This was not just a relationship based on earthly desires, it was a soul connection designed to serve a higher purpose. You may have felt at times that the relationship was challenging or difficult, especially when it ended. But in the grand scheme of things, the difficulty was part of the divine design. These soul contracts often involve a process of transformation, which can be uncomfortable, messy, and emotionally taxing. You are not just there to love them in the way that the world typically understands love. You were there to show them a love that heals, that illuminates, and that awakens them to a higher consciousness. This is why the connection was so powerful and unforgettable. It was about spiritual growth, not merely romantic satisfaction. Even if your ex couldn't see it at the time, your presence in their life was part of their spiritual evolution. And now, after the separation, they may not fully understand what transpired, but their soul will always know. The seeds you planted in them, whether consciously or unconsciously, are still taking root. The love you gave them was not just an emotional experience, it was a divine exchange, a contract that had the power to transform them at a soul level. And though they may have tried to move on or forget, the energetic imprint of your love remains, guiding them toward the growth they were always meant to achieve. The love that you offered to your ex was far more than simple affection or emotional bonding. It was a transformative force, a healing energy that had the power to shift the very fabric of their soul. Love, when it is truly divine, is not just about fulfilling emotional needs or desires. It is about catalyzing change, growth, and awakening. Your love was designed to awaken them to their higher purpose, even if they weren't consciously aware of it. You didn't just love them with your heart. You loved them with a deep spiritual understanding that transcended the boundaries of the physical world. Think back to the moments you shared, to the times when you truly saw them for who they were. You didn't just see the surface, you saw their heart, their potential, and their hidden gifts. You may have even helped them see these things in themselves for the first time. That is what true divine love does. It reveals. It shows people not just who they are in the moment, but who they can become. It calls them higher, challenges them to rise above their limitations, and helps them become the best version of themselves. For your ex, This kind of love was both a blessing and a challenge. It was a blessing because it opened doors for them, unlocked their heart, and invited them to heal. But it was also a challenge because, like any transformational process, it required them to face parts of themselves they may have kept hidden, parts they were afraid to confront. The intensity of your connection forced them to look inward, to deal with their unresolved issues, and to begin the process of emotional and spiritual healing. You didn't just love them in the conventional sense. You loved them with a love that was meant to transform their life on the deepest level. Even if they didn't fully understand it at the time, your love was a spiritual catalyst. It triggered something in them, something that could not be ignored or denied. The impact of your love wasn't just temporary, it was everlasting. It planted seeds of growth that will continue to sprout long after the relationship has ended. Your love was the spark, the divine flame that lit the fire of transformation in their heart. And though they may try to move on, there is no denying the shift that took place within them. And this transformation wasn't just for them, it was also for you. As you poured love into them, you also experienced growth and transformation. The very act of loving with such depth and purity activated parts of your soul that had been dormant. Your love wasn't just a gift to them, it was a divine exchange that elevated both of you. And now, as you look back on the relationship, you can see the divine purpose behind it, the way it helped both of you evolve, the way it prepared you for the next phase of your spiritual journey. The love you shared wasn't about fulfilling your own desires or needs. It was about fulfilling a divine mission. It was about using your love to help another soul awaken, heal, and grow. And though the relationship may have ended, the sacred transformation that took place remains. The love you gave them will forever be a part of their spiritual journey, just as your own love has contributed to your growth and awakening. It's important to recognize that every relationship you have is part of a divine design. The people who come into your life, whether for a season or a lifetime, are there for a reason. And as a chosen one, you have a unique ability to affect change in the lives of those you touch. Your relationships are not just about emotional connection. They are about fulfilling a higher purpose. You were sent to each person not only to love them, but to help them step into their divine destiny. For your ex, this love was not just an experience, it was a turning point. It was a moment in time that challenged them to grow, to confront their fears, and to embrace their own divine calling. They may not have been ready for it, but your love awakened something deep within them, something that they will carry for the rest of their life. The impact you had on them is not something that can be erased. It is etched into their soul. They may never fully understand the depth of the transformation you sparked, but it will continue to shape their life in profound ways. And so, even though the relationship has ended, the divine purpose behind it remains. The love you gave them wasn't just for them, it was for you, for their growth, and for the spiritual mission that you are both on. You were not just lovers in the conventional sense, you were divine partners in the spiritual evolution of one another. This is why your love was so powerful, so unforgettable, and why the memory of it will remain long after the relationship ends. As you continue on your journey, know that you are not just walking through life aimlessly. Every relationship, every connection is part of a divine plan. You are here to love, to heal, to guide, and to help others awaken to their true potential. And as you continue to fulfill your divine purpose, you will meet others who are destined to walk with you, to learn from you, and to be transformed by the love you share. Your love is a divine force, and it will continue to shape the lives of those you touch. Your ex will never forget the love you gave, not because it was perfect, but because it was divine. And even though the relationship may have ended, the impact you had on them will live on forever. In the grand tapestry of life, every connection you make, every relationship you experience, is part of a divine design. As a chosen one, you are not just here to love in the conventional sense. You are here to help others awaken, grow, and step into their divine purpose. The love you give is a spiritual force, transformative, healing, and everlasting. It is a love that cannot be erased, and it is a love that will continue to shape the lives of those you touch. Your ex may not fully understand the impact you had on them, but the spiritual transformation they experienced will forever remain with them. The love you gave was not just about emotional fulfillment, it was about divine alignment, spiritual growth, and awakening. And as you continue to walk your own divine path, know that the love you shared with them was a part of your greater mission, a mission to awaken souls, heal hearts, and transform lives. So as you look back on your connection with your ex, remember that it was not just a relationship, it was a divine soul contract, one that was meant to awaken both of you to your higher purpose. And even though the relationship may have ended, the impact of your love will continue to resonate through their soul and your own for years to come. As we reflect on the depth of your connection with your ex, it's important to understand that the reason they can't forget you goes far beyond mere personality or physical appearance. It is not just the surface-level attraction or fleeting emotions that cause them to carry the memory of your bond. It is something far deeper, far more spiritual. You, the chosen one, have an energy, a divine essence that cannot be replicated. Your love is not just an emotional experience, it is a spiritual awakening, a transformative force that leaves an indelible imprint on the soul. The bond between you and your ex is unshakable because it was not born from chance, but from divine orchestration. The connection you shared was sacred. Your love was not just a fleeting romance, it was a spiritual exchange that carried with it the power to awaken, heal, and guide. You served as a catalyst for their transformation, whether they recognized it at the time or not. Your love reached far beyond the physical, igniting something in their soul that they will carry with them for the rest of their life. Even after the relationship ended, your energy continued to reverberate within them, creating a permanent imprint on their soul. It is this divine connection, this sacred love, that cannot be forgotten. The truth is, they will never truly be able to replace you, because what you offered them was not something that can be replicated by anyone else. No one else could ever provide the same awakening, the same spiritual guidance, or the same deep, transformative love that you did. You were not just a partner, you were an agent of change, a divine spark that lit up their soul. Your love didn't just fill a need, it awakened a deeper, hidden part of their being that they didn't even know existed. And even though the relationship has ended, that spark remains within them. It continues to burn and it continues to stir within them, quietly but powerfully, as they go on with their lives. They may have tried to move on, but deep down, they know that nothing and no one can ever compare to what they experienced with you. The profound, energetic impact you had on them is a testament to the divine nature of your connection. Your love was not ordinary. It was a sacred force, a transformative power that transcended earthly desires and ventured into the realm of spiritual awakening. This is why they cannot forget you, why the memory of your love lingers in their heart and mind. It wasn't just an emotional connection. It was a spiritual bond that altered the course of their soul. As you stand at the threshold of your future, poised to take the next step on your divine journey, it's time to embrace the full extent of your divine nature. You have been through trials, challenges, and transformations, and now is the time to recognize the immense power that lies within you. Understand that your worth is not tied to the recognition or memories of your ex. Their ability to recall the love you shared or the imprint of your connection does not define who you are. Your true worth is not dependent on anyone else's perception of you. It is intrinsic, rooted in your divine purpose, and it cannot be swayed by the fleeting opinions or memories of others. You are not here to be validated by someone else's recollection of you. The narrative that you have built with your ex, no matter how deep or meaningful it may have seemed at the time, is no longer your story. The chapters of your life that involve them are important. They have shaped you and played a role in your journey. But they are not the defining chapters of your life. You are now in control of your own story, and it's time to step into your role as the author of your future. As a chosen one, your destiny is one of greatness, greatness that extends far beyond the confines of any past relationship. You were not put on this earth to be confined by someone else's understanding of who you are, or to be defined by love lost or love gained. Your divine calling is one of transformation, not just for yourself, but for others. Your journey, with its ups and downs, its joys and heartbreaks, is all part of a greater divine plan that has been unfolding since the beginning of time. And now, you stand at the precipice of that plan, ready to rise into a new chapter of spiritual awakening and growth. The relationships you've had, including the one with your ex, were not mere coincidences. They were sacred moments in your life designed to awaken you to your full potential. They served as mirrors, reflecting back to you the parts of yourself that needed healing, growth, and transformation. The pain you may have felt, the struggles you endured, and the lessons you learned from those relationships were all stepping stones on the path to your greater calling. They were necessary for your spiritual ascension, and you are now ready to move forward into the next phase of your divine journey. You were never meant to be defined by the past, whether it was a relationship, a loss, or a hardship. You were meant to learn from these experiences, to grow through them, and to use them as the foundation on which to build a more powerful, awakened version of yourself. Your ex was a part of your journey, yes, but they were not the destination. The love you shared, while meaningful and transformative in its own right, was merely one chapter in a much larger, much more powerful story. Your story. Now, it is time to protect your energy. The spiritual lessons you've learned, the wisdom you've gained, and the love you've shared are all parts of you that need to be honored and nurtured. These experiences are part of your divine blueprint, and it's essential that you hold on to the energy they've given you. You are no longer a vessel meant to carry the burdens of others or to be drained by the unhealed wounds of the past. You are now a vessel of light, radiant, strong, and connected to your true purpose. You have endured the trials, navigated through the storms, and emerged not just unscathed, but stronger, wiser, and more aligned with the divine energy that flows within you. It is time for you to reclaim your energy. You are no longer bound by the expectations or needs of others. Your heart is sacred, and it is no longer a space to be emptied by others' wounds or needs. You are now the master of your own energy, and you must protect it fiercely. This is your time of renewal, a time to let go of the past, to trust in the divine timing of your life, and to prepare yourself for the next phase of your journey. The lessons you've learned, the strength you've gained, and the divine energy you've cultivated will guide you as you move forward into the life that is meant for you. As you step into this new chapter, trust that the universe is aligning with your divine purpose. The energy you've spent nurturing and cultivating will now begin to attract the right people, experiences, and opportunities into your life. No longer will you be trapped by the energy of someone else's needs or expectations. You are now the keeper of your own energy, and you will only allow what aligns with your divine calling to enter your life. It is time to release what no longer serves you and welcome the new. You are ready for this next phase, and the universe is ready to support you as you walk in the light of your true purpose. It's important to understand that this journey is not about rushing or forcing anything. It is about allowing the divine timing to unfold in its perfect order. You do not need to chase what is meant for you. The right things will come to you in their own time, and you will be ready to receive them with open arms. Trust that everything that has happened up until this point has been preparing you for the greatness that is coming. As you move forward, remember that your divine purpose is not only about your own transformation, but also about the transformation of others. You are a beacon of light in this world, and your journey will inspire others to rise to their own potential. The love, the wisdom, and the energy that you carry within you are meant to be shared. Your purpose is not just for you, it is to be shared with the world, and the world is waiting for you to step into that calling. So, as you protect your energy, as you embrace the lessons of your past, and as you move forward into your divine purpose, know that you are on the path that was meant for you all along. The time for your transformation is now. The time to step fully into your power is here. You are ready for this new phase of your life, and nothing can stop you from achieving the greatness that is already within you. Trust the process, trust yourself, and trust that you are divinely aligned for this next step. You are the master of your own destiny, and your journey is only just beginning. As you rise into your higher purpose, remember that those who truly understand you, those who are aligned with your divine calling, will come to you in divine timing. You are not meant to walk this path alone. Just as you have been a catalyst for change in your ex's life, so too will others be a catalyst for your own growth. The right people, the right opportunities, and the right divine connections will come to you when the time is right. Trust in the process. Trust that your divine purpose will be fulfilled. Your path is not meant to be one of striving, but one of flowing in alignment with your higher calling. You have been divinely prepared for this moment. Every hardship you've faced, every trial you've endured, has been leading you to this place, this moment of spiritual awakening, this moment of divine revelation. And know this: those who truly understand your journey, your energy, and your purpose will recognize you for who you truly are. They will see the divine light that shines from within you. You will no longer be defined by your past relationships or by the people who didn't see your worth. You are now standing in your full power, and you are ready to step into the next chapter of your divine journey. The memory of your love, your energy, your presence will continue to resonate within the hearts of those you've touched. But now, it is time for you to move forward into your own divine mission, knowing that you are no longer waiting for love, validation, or recognition from others. You are becoming the light that the world needs. You are becoming the person you were always meant to be. So, as you continue to walk forward on this journey, embrace the power that lies within you. Embrace the divine calling that is unfolding before you. Trust that everything you need will be provided for you in divine timing. And know that as you rise into your higher purpose, you are not just stepping into a new chapter of your life. You are stepping into the divine mission you were always meant to fulfill. You are God's chosen one. You were handpicked before time began, set apart for a purpose that only you can fulfill. In this vast, often chaotic world, you are a beacon of light, a force of divine love and transformation that is desperately needed. The energy you carry, the essence of who you are, is sacred. You are not just another individual passing through life. You are a vessel of divine power, a living testament to the miracles of the Creator. And now, it is time for you to step fully into your divine purpose. The love you have given, the lessons you have learned, and the transformations you have undergone have not been in vain. They were not just moments to endure, but divine preparations for the greater work that lies ahead. Each trial you faced, each challenge you overcame, and every tear you shed were stepping stones, refining you for this moment. You are now ready to rise into your higher purpose, prepared to fulfill the divine mission that has always been yours. Do not doubt your readiness, for everything in your life has led you to this point. You are exactly where you need to be. Your experiences, your heartaches, your victories, they were all shaping you, molding you, and guiding you toward your destiny. You have been equipped with everything you need to walk this path with courage, faith, and unwavering strength. As you move forward, know that you are never alone. You are surrounded by divine forces, angels, spirit guides, and heavenly protection, guiding you every step of the way. You are being divinely protected, shielded from harm, and guided toward the divine connections, opportunities, and breakthroughs that await you. Your path is unfolding exactly as it should, and though it may not always be clear, trust that every step is part of a greater plan. Trust that your journey is not random and that you are right on time. You are becoming everything you were always meant to be. All of your past struggles, all of your challenges, and all of your lessons were not just random occurrences, they were divine shaping. You have now reached the threshold of a new chapter, one that is full of promise, purpose, and power. The world is waiting for you to rise and step fully into the greatness that God has ordained for you. Your light is needed in this world, and you were born for such a time as this. As you continue to walk the path ahead, know that you are being propelled forward by forces greater than yourself. The divine hand of God is on you, and His plan for your life is unfolding in ways that will exceed your expectations. Your purpose is already set in motion, and every step you take brings you closer to fulfilling the higher calling you have been chosen for. This is your moment, your time to shine, your time to rise. You are no longer waiting for the light, you are becoming it. The world will soon see the power of your divine purpose. It will witness the strength, love, and transformation that you carry. You are a living, breathing miracle, and your divine mission is only just beginning. So, walk forward with confidence, knowing that you are aligned with the Creator's plan. Know that every step you take is one of purpose. You are God's chosen one, and nothing can stop the light you are destined to bring into this world. You were created for greatness, and the time to step into your full potential is now. The universe is waiting for you to rise. You are the light that the world needs. Your energy, your love, your divine essence cannot be erased. The impact you've had on the lives of those you've touched will remain with them. And now it's time for you to move forward, fully aligned with your higher purpose. Embrace your divine calling, trust the process, and rise into the powerful divine being you were always meant to be. Your story is just beginning,